Hi guys, Rachel with Spunky Misfit Girl here, and today I have a one-sheet wonder for you that is a really fun, relatively simple make. Comes out very nice. This is one where if you have some kind of decorative element on your paper, you're going to want it over off to the right hand side, okay? If it's on the left, you're going to lose it. And it's going to be very hard to do this in a way that would preserve some pretty imagery on the left. Ask me how I know. It's because I did it that way and it didn't work. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to just use a relatively blank, not super direction oriented 12 by 12 because I think that'll be a little easier. So we're going to take a look at what this looks like on the inside. So you flip it open and you've got a little pocket here, which I've put a card into. And then there's a little tuck spot on the side with a tag in there too. And in here, I did this a little bit differently, just because of how my papers were and what I wanted to do with my closure on this one. There's a pocket inside here, a couple little tags in this little pocket here. This is pretty flexible on this side in terms of what you want to do with it. You could leave it as a writing space. You could do another pocket. And then over here, we've got these little guys, and this is a tuck spot back here. Okay. I believe this was inspired by Septeria 18. But she used Velcro on her closure, which I am not a fan of, although it does make this a little bulkier to have these guys in here, but I think with the gussets, it's not a big deal. And then I did also put a upside down tuck spot just because I had this piece of paper left over on the back, and I didn't want to make a pocket here and cover this up. So I kind of worked with the paper that I had. So let us keep this nearby so that we can refer to it and get started. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our 12 by 12 and we're going to do some scoring. So we're going to want to score at 3 3/4. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 3/4 and score that guy. And then we're going to do also 4. So it's just giving us a 1/4 inch gusset. And then we're going to also do 8 and 8 1/4. So 5, 6, 7, 8 and 8 1/4. Okay. And then we're going to turn to the left and we're going to score at 1 3/4 and 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 1/4. Okay. And then we're going to take our scissors, and so we've got our small section at the top, and we're going to cut out the gussets for the 2 at the bottom, just up to that score line, right? And I'm trying to do these as straight as I can, but but it's very hard. Do not go too far in there because it does. You know what? I'm actually going to do this with my X-Acto knife and my ruler. I think that's going to come out a little nicer. So just an alternative way to do it, if I can even see. The glare is a bit bad. So I'm going to put it up against, wow, my score lines just absolutely die. So I'm going to just give them a little bit of a crease there so I can see where that is. And cut like that. 1 and 2. And just give that a little bit more. I don't know if that's actually coming out nicer or not. Okay. And then I think it did. I think it did come out nicer. So then we're going to turn it around and we're going to go to our top this side, which is right now my right, but it's the top left. We're going to cut out just the gusset. Okay? Totally not straight. Wow. It just wants to pull right down in there too. And then this one on the far other side, we're going to cut the gusset, also not straight, and the rectangle as well. But we're going to cut the gusset off of the rectangle and then save our rectangle. You know, my first version of this project came out really beautiful and I was really pleased. It gave me no trouble. And so I had such a fun time with it. And then I was like, yeah, this is going to be a great video. Now, this is like the second or third time, depending on how you count, that I've done this. And it's just given me all sorts of trouble in the making of the video. But okay, we're just in the beginning. You never know how it ultimately ends up working out. So all we're gonna do now is do our folds. We're gonna fold up our bottom flaps. And down. I think I did this backwards. Totally did it backwards, didn't I? Well, let's see if we can make it work. I'm folding my top folds down. And my bottom folds up. And I'm creasing everything, okay? And I did. I meant for this to be on this side. Okay. Okay. We'll take a look and see what we can do. So let's also do our folds over here because that'll give me a chance to see. It's very funny that just as I was saying, it's giving me so much trouble. Turns out I did it on the opposite side. Okay, just getting both of my sides of my gusset all folded up here. Give that a crease. Okay, so we're gonna have an option of how to do this here. Yeah, that's okay. I think we'll still do it the way that I was planning on it. So what we're gonna do with this one is not fold it up. We're gonna fold it back. just like that, because this is going to form our little pocket. So then we'll fold this one down here like this. Okay. And that, if you want, can be your top then. Or not, if you don't, you know, if you would prefer to do, depending on your paper. So this guy is actually blank. So we've got our pocket here. So this is how she did it, was with the pocket on top. But you don't have to do it that way. You could fold it here and put that pocket in the middle and just have something more decorative here on your top. Okay. So next, let's round some corners because we want to do that before we ink anything. So these flaps both get some nicely rounded corners. Are we trying anyway? They're not quite exactly square from my cutting, so. And then this guy over here is gonna get this corner rounded. He is gonna be our little tuck spot with the closure, since we got backwards, okay? So, I think we will, let's make our closures. Let's decide what we're gonna use to decorate. I'm thinking some of this guy would be nice. Maybe my little pretty gold flowers here. Okay. So I'm gonna just do 2 of those for the tops and then 4 of the craft cardstock to reinforce them. And we're gonna just glue those together. And I wanna do that now so they have some time to dry before we put them on. It's been a busy, chock-full day of filming videos, which has been absolutely great. Just really had a fantastic time with it. Where did my other one go? I lost it, or I glued it on. What did I do? It's okay. Lots more where that came from. No problemo. Okay. There we go. Those go together. I am going to be teaching in September in Round Rock in Texas. If you are in the area or are planning to be or would like to be, come take some classes with me. Come take some classes with some other crafty types. Just make sure you sign up to my email list. The link is in the description. You can get some freebie printables too. Okay, so let's see. We've got that waiting to happen. Let's make this middle pocket. Let's think. Because if we want to put our closure on, I think we have to do that. The only way that works is if the top goes over whatever I'm using. So what we could do, I'm thinking about this. So the way that I did it in this one was I just put it underneath a piece of decorative paper. But because this is the middle one, that works, right? If it were the top, it doesn't work because then it doesn't actually go around the the top flap. which is what I discovered with the other one that I tried to do. So I'm considering putting it inside here, and then that still gives me the option to have either one as my top flap. Otherwise, if I put it on here, then this one has to be my top flap, not my pocket. So that's actually okay. Let's do it that way. We'll go ahead and I think I'm going to use the same gold and just cut a piece that is plenty nice and long. That's going to give me a bit of extra to make a pretty bow. And I'm going to glue that on here, just like this. And if you do it this way, you will have to cover up this page, but I think that's okay, especially if you're using one-sided paper like this. You kind of want to do that anyway. You could actually also do it inside of these as well if you wanted, just in this kind of top area where it's going to show. You'd still have your white gussets. That's okay. Up to you. I am thinking I am going to use what paper? I think I want something. Well, with that closure underneath, you're probably not going to be able to write on it anyway. So what if we mix it with a little brown, maybe? What do we think of that? I think I might do that. Oops, I don't know. Mess this up. So I'm gonna I think I'm gonna leave a border of white still, since I am still gonna have my white gussets and some white tops of other things. I'm gonna make it look like that's the way I want it. And that will be good. There. That little guy. And we can use this paper in other places as a decorator. Okay, and I think for that, I'm just gonna use some double-sided tape with my sticky scissors, wherever my sticky scissors are, okay? And then wait till you see this middle pocket is so cool. I really like that aspect of this. It's different. Okay, so we're doubling up and covering up our closure. That's nice. Okay, so let's make this. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna make this middle pocket here, both of these, right? So we're gonna do that by cutting this flap, and I've tried to do this with my guillotine and it just doesn't work, or slider cutter, whatever you call it. It's very hard to get it in there. So I'm just gonna do it with my scissors. And basically you just want a kind of, you know, what is that, 3/4 of an inch up from the bottom, and you're just gonna go in a diagonal across there. And actually I think she went a little bit lower than that on hers, but that's okay. I think it will still work like this, because then all we're gonna do with this one is give it a notch circle punch. We're gonna give it a notch right in there and glue it in like this, right? So you will have both pockets. I'm debating, I was thinking about not inking this one in general. But I like the contrast here with these pockets. I would like to have that line of that pocket a little clearer. So I'm gonna at least do it here right now. And then let's put these guys in. So on this one, I'm gonna just do a line of glue on this side and a little bit over here. And I'm gonna also put some in here on both sides so that I can put these both in here kind of at the same time so I can see about where that goes to be just underneath the triangle pocket. I'm gonna grab my glue, get glue on the pockets. And this guy wants to lay down too, and this guy needs to go away. There. Isn't that cool? I like that one a lot. I got a little off center on my notch, but I actually kind of like that with the triangle too. Okay, so with that all done, let's do this guy too. And I think I will do a little inking. Sorry if this feels a little bit all over the map, guys. I'm just kind of going wherever calls me in the moment. And it doesn't, there's certain things that matter in terms of order of operations, like your closures, but a lot of other things don't really. Okay. So this is gonna go, this guy's gonna be a tuck spot. So let's, since we're on this side, let's make the opening here. So let's give it a thumb notch on this side too. And we will glue that one in on the bottom and the side. My glue's dragging everywhere. Okay, and then we'll do the one behind it too, once that has a second. And if you want, you know, you can cover that guy up on the inside too. I think I did on my sample. I did put just a little piece, and that looks nice with the decoration on top too. But I didn't think of it this time, so it's okay. And then for this pocket, we're gonna just glue our sides. Stick that guy up there. Okay. Try to minimize my glue spillage. Okay, so, and then what you can do if you want is this piece that you cut off can be turned into your little tag that goes in here. And I think I might go ahead and do that and use my special tag corner guy for it. And just go ahead and ink him up. It won't even look like there's a hole since he's the same paper. You won't even know. Secret tuck spot, right? Although I want the glue to dry a little bit more. I don't want him to get stuck in there. Okay, so while that's happening, let's do our closure for this guy. So these two are gonna come and get some little holes punched in them, right in the middle, as much as we can try. And then we're gonna just find my pencil that works and put them down about where we want them to hang out. Okay. And there's one, and there's two. And we'll just use the awl. Or we won't use the awl because we don't know where it is. So let's use the big bite. I do suggest using mini brads for this because I use the big ones on the failed one that I tried to make, and they were just really bulky. The mini brads will sit inside of your gussets just fine. Big fat brads will be kind of problematic. It's not the end of the world. You could probably still use them, but it's just going to be a little nicer with mini ones. So I'm going to use my golds, complement my gold accents that I have in here. And I'm just putting a brad inside my little circle and then opening up the legs. Same down here. And then we're just going to cover that up. Come on, Mr. Brad. First, I'm going to just use a little bit of washi tape. Just to kind of hold those down and keep them stuck. And on this one, on the big flap, we're going to just put a piece of scrap paper over that too, so nothing will get stuck. And then this one will show, so we'll want to do something decorative. For this one, I'm just going to use some of this horrendous red paper that's in this kit that I've just not been able to find a way to do anything with because it's so ugly. No one will see it back here. Just to hide that guy. And then let's put a little bit more on this guy. Okay. And then we can close up our pocket just by gluing along this outer edge and flipping him right back up. Okay. And we're getting very close here, guys. So this is gonna flip down, this is gonna flip down, and actually let's just put a little bit of something on there. What do I want? I don't know. Maybe just a little bit of this, but I feel like it's a bit wide to do well with this setup here. I don't know. I like the idea of it, but I'm worried how it's gonna work out in practice. My button is bleeding glue. What is happening here? Clean that up. My goodness, explosion. I guess they weren't quite dry enough when I put them on. They're both a little bit gooey. Okay, So if I do this like this, will this work out? Oh, it wants to come right off, doesn't it? Yep. Will you go underneath for me? Will you, will you? Will you? Just keep squidging, keep going. There we go. Yeah. And then down here, I think we're only gonna be able to do kind of one little round like this. Oh, yeah. I'm just gonna do it like that. I'll give it a little bit to go around and lay flat. I'm gonna get this out of my way first. And then come down like this. Yeah? Okay, that's pretty. I think it was worth it. All that fuss. I'm just gonna put a tiny little knot down here too. So hopefully kind of keeps it there. Okay, yeah, I'm happy with that. That's cute. So this is gonna fold in like this. This is gonna fold in, and then this will be our top, and this guy will close everything up. And that is the full structure, which you can also kind of play with if you want to. If you'd like to do your closure a little differently, or if you want to, like I said, that pocket, I did that a little differently. You can put something on the back. This little guy can go in here now. And all that's left is to decorate it. And I think I may leave that for off camera. Could mean a much longer video. And I'm already at 30 minutes, so I think this is good. And I'm happy with it. And that is a super cute one-page wonder. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.